Bonsoir. Hey, everybody. Look who's trying to say hi. You know, he cannot not be involved. He's like, don't ignore me. Oh, all right. Thanks for joining me. If you were able to watch, I know we had a fair amount of people watching the Harvey meeting earlier. Thank you for your concern, whether you live in Harvey or you don't. We appreciate you. Let me just make sure I'm not forgetting anything or anyone here. Okay, good. Oh my goodness. So tonight, the headline is Still Hiding the Money. We're going to recap the Harvey City Council meeting tonight. Very disappointed. No, they did not listen to what I was calling for as far as the transparency, etc. But I will briefly go over what did happen. Hey, Sean, what happened? I didn't watch it. Yes, so that's perfect. We're going to recap so you can get a sense of what went on, okay? For mayor Pro Tem Shirley Drewinski. Never understood why the car has to stay running. Oh yeah, because as I was coming into the meeting, you know, Shirley Drewinski, who is serving as mayor pro tem, she has not been voted in as interim mayor by the council. I don't know why they didn't do that tonight. I think it's so freaking stupid, and it makes it look like to me that they're still hiding stuff. They can't follow simple rules. But you know, the SUV sits there running. Why does the SUV have to sit there running? The mayor pro tem is not inside of it. I mean, I just don't understand why these people, you know, and then they'll be like, oh, we don't have money. We don't have money. And then they waste resources all the time. Why does the mayor even need their own car like that? But whatever. Right. Drive your own car, man.
Hey. Hello.
Vivian was there, Colby's there, and you can see how I have to go through the metal detector.
Okay.
Officer Turpin.
Okay.
Not particularly nice.
What do you think? Hi. Well, I know. Why not? Oops. Right on.
Well, then I signed up for public comment. Into the back, set up. You guys can kind of see around.
Here we go. Oh, hey guys.
Then the policeman reads his usual report, you know, threatening people. You can't say anything. You can't blink, you know, the usual BS. All right, now we just wait for Her Royal Highness 30. Let's see, when does she finally show up?
The court computer. All the files on this are in there, and the number I think is on the agenda. The case number.
Here, just go there. That is all. Oh, they were looking for someone to pray, or what? Who cares?
I have the same question too. I think we need to discuss this in executive sessions.
Oh, I think Colby and Tracy asked, okay, so on the agenda for the meeting, the first one was voting on a settlement that I had sued the city because they didn't release, I had made some FOIA requests and they refused to comply. So, and I even appealed it to the Attorney General and they still didn't comply. So it had to actually had to find a lawyer. Luckily they took it on contingency, you know, because it's expensive to do that stuff. So, they sued. I got the information, but it took probably about a year, a little more than a year, to finally get the information from the city, after the suit was filed. Tracy and Colby were saying, hey, maybe we should do that in executive session. The lawyer and Shirley ended up saying, no, we're not going to do that. But what I really found disturbing is that Colby said that they had not been given, as the alderman, they haven't been given information on the suit. Now, I've shared it on my lives here. If you want to see, just go look at some of my past lives. I've shared information about the suit. Like I said, it involved some FOIA requests where the city just didn't respond. And there was public information. There was no reason for them to not respond. But this is very typical for Harvey. They will fight you and fight you and fight you to the extent that you have to get a lawyer if you want to get the information from them. So, this is why we know they're hiding information. But anyway, so according to Colby, they didn't even get information on the settlement. How are they supposed to even vote if they don't have information? Ugh, it's all stupid.
Yes, no, and the reason why it was already factual, was already findings. So just to be transparent, that's why we didn't think the need to go into executive session. Because those are good questions. Thank you very much. Okay, as I said, we would like to approve the minutes, October 22nd, 2025. Please, my voice. Is there any debate? Hearing none? Please vote.
Did she answer the questions about it already?
Thank you. Need a motion to approve the minutes in January 12th, 2026, meeting of the whole.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now they're just voting on the minutes. Okay. Which their minutes are probably wrong too, but we never know because we never see the draft minutes as we should.
Bill's list. We have a motion. We need a second.
A motion by Fifth and a second by second.
Thank you. Is there any debate?
Yes.
Alderperson Chet.
I'd like to know for the record, what requested records have been produced and what explanation did we provide to Mr. Sawelski regarding the request of the FOIA request? That was not detailed in the packet. It was just shared that we had a settlement based on the financial distress of the city. We don't have frivolous spending that can happen.
Let's keep in the scope of your question.
And then that.
The scope of your question, how is she anyway, weird. Just very rude questions. Hey, Michael, welcome. Well, at the end of the day, it's the government. Most of the time, anything the government does, doesn't it make sense to be, doesn't it make sense to begin with? Oh, you mean like it doesn't make sense? Yeah. Well, at least Harvey, yeah, they definitely, they like to keep you confused so they can steal money. Smith really hates you, huh? I don't think it's anything personal, or who knows, maybe it is, but it's part of the thing that they did for years under Clark, where you have to always attack and try to make anyone like me who asks questions to try to look bad, because you don't want to answer the damn questions. You don't want to show where the money is. You don't want to open the books. So Joy said the meeting was a fire hazard. Look by the exit door with the chair blocking it. Oh, you mean the emergency exit? Oh, that could be. I'll have to look when I pan around to that again.
Specific regarding frivolous spending, we don't have an additional anything that we can provide. So my question is, why did not we provide these details? What was to corporate counsel, maybe this would be better for you to answer. Well, why didn't we provide the details requested?
I would appreciate the opportunity, and if you're seeking more detail at that point, then we can turn it over to the attorney. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, with that being said,
So
with this particular lawsuit, there was several inquiries.
Inquiries,
Mr.
not an
Swansky
inquiry,
did
inquiry.
indeed put in a FOIA request. In the FOIA request, we have 5 working days to submit the response. At that point, he wanted to scope, a larger scope. So a question was relayed to him if he could narrow his scope.
She's talking about me.
FOIA. And that's when human error entered into the situation. His original response was answered within the 5 days. His response to the clerk's office was received at the clerk's office, but it was an oversight. So, but it was responded late. So he did get a response, and he did receive it, but it was after the 5 days. So the fact finding was originally his second response, his second correspondence, what was misdirected in the computer in the email, and that was an oversight. The clerk's office did not see that. It was a human error, but it was answered. But he did receive the information late. Now, within that scope, I will ask the attorney to read the findings that.
Well, there aren't really findings, so given the releasing settlement agreement, this is a standard form. Now, the city council has previously authorized the settlement of lower amounts of cases, but policy is that when we have the final document to bring before you. So this is settled for $5,500 to cover the attorney's fees of Mr. Simmons for bringing this lawsuit. The city's not handling it. That's what it's about.
And that is it. The city is not admitting liability. Did admit, we responded, we had a follow-up question, and we were late with that response. Lawsuit continued, and it was determined that we would pay his legal fees. There is no settlement awarded to him except for legal fees. Okay, thank you.
May I ask a question?
Other question, 2 questions within each of the Robert rules. I'm sorry, yes, ma'am.
You know, it's like, and Colby tries to be so polite about it. Like, no one should have to apologize about asking a question. Like in a meeting, like anyway, like they just don't do things right. I'm sorry. They're so rude. Like,
to ensure that oversight is not costing us $5,500. That same incident could very well happen to another resident. If we times that by 19,000 residents, it would be well over $500,000 of some sort. So we can't have oversight. I understand human error, but we're in a very critical place as it relates to finances. So having oversight is kind of irrefutable because we're again, and I still don't have a real understanding of what the request was, what the information asked about, to even determine how we did not fulfill the request. Because
We did fill the request,
well, we fulfilled it.
but we filled it late. So let's get the record straight. The city of Harvey did finalize those records. We were not within the FOIA requirement timeframe.
I was still.
Okay, but I just want to stress that. Clarification for us. Thank you.
Thank you for clarifying.
Thank you.
If we were able to do it after the 5 days, we probably could have did it before we were late. So it seems that that we could have done it because we fulfilled it, as you just mentioned, right? So we could have done it sooner and we wouldn't even have a $5,500 anything on the table. So my ask is what guardrails are in place so this won't be a redundant.
Imagine that. If the city answered the freaking FOIA request, they wouldn't be having to pay any settlements. Wow. I mean, Colby's saying something that's pretty obvious, and Shirley and the rest of them are just like, I don't know where their heads are at, but
I would have to go back. That's right.
One moment, please. Okay, now that's just a question, but guardrails, given that it has been 1 week since we found ourselves in this situation. You're
1
still-
week. BS, Shirley. You've been in there for years. 4 years. You colluded with Clark and Alderman Whittington and Alderman Lamont Brown to, even though, yes, Kellogg was corrupt, but there were projects that were slated to be done that were going to improve Harvey, and they all walked out and refused to meet. And they held up progress in Harvey for a long time just to make Kellogg look bad, you know. And yes, he was corrupt. Like I said, he was doing a lot of bad things, but anyway, don't believe her lies. And she was saying something like, I don't know. I don't even know what she was trying to say about the FOIA, but no, I submitted the FOIA request at some point, I think early, like maybe like spring 2024, or even before that. The city would not answer the FOIAs, and then had to get the Attorney General involved. They still wouldn't answer the FOIAs. The Attorney General ruled that in these 3 cases, the city of Harvey had violated FOIA, and then the attorneys sued. And then I didn't get the information. The suit was filed, I think, well, at some point in 2024, right? Yeah. The original request was sent into Harvey. I'm trying to remember. No, maybe it was June 2024. I didn't get the information, all the information from the FOIAs until August of 2025, last August. So it took Harvey more than a year. So basically, Shirley is not telling the truth at all. You know, surprise, surprise. Shocker. Shirley's lying.
Working on that, but as we all know, go through our daily lives, hindsight is always the best understanding.
Oh, poor Shirley, because it's not like she's been in government, like she says, you know, since 2015 or whatever. It's not like she knows what's going on. It's not like she knows the right thing to do and not to do, you know. Oh, oops. It just happened. She just fell into it, you know. Oh, I love all these fake problems. I'm gonna play it on double speed, you guys, because I get impatient.
Human error does occur on a daily basis. Now, if I sit up here and constantly come back and say, oops, human error is the cause, then you need a question before I'm on. Right now, you will implement some steps, but to do so, as we speak and say, this is the guideline, I cannot answer that. And I don't think anyone sitting in the seat can answer this today.
I sure could. I think actually a lot of people could tell you what to do. You know what they tell you to do, Shirley? Answer the damn FOIA requests the first time and stop hiding things. Oh, and open the books. It's really easy.
I thank you for your answers. I thank you for your questions. We have a second. Alderman Smith.
Information. That means they still within those 5 days. Is it possible we're late because they asked for additional items within those 5 days?
There was an additional items, then it would be a new FOIA. There was not an additional items. We were asking this, and he did not.
Yeah, anyway, she had
anything to
a
the original FOIA.
question that was
Situation, all I can say was human error, that it was the oversight. But it was just that. They did find it, they did respond, but it was a little.
Yeah, they did respond after the lawsuit was filed, Shirley. Months later. Because all your people that you support and Clark supported and the other Rogers and Randall Allen Smith, the people that they support, the staff that they support, you know, they're instructed not to answer people's FOIAs. You know, I'm not saying all are unanswered. You know, sometimes they will answer, but let's just say it happens a lot. They're hiding a lot of information.
After the fact. Right, so that is, just needing a motion to approve it, and second, more debate. Thank you. Excuse me, I'm gonna put a call on, South Suburban Mayors and Management Association and the Illinois Department of
Yeah,
Transportation.
so they approved the settlement, you know, whatever. All right, then they go on, they voted for money for improvements for Broadway Avenue, great. Who doesn't want money for Broadway improvements? But not until you vote on the interim mayor, on an interim clerk, and you open the books and you fix our employment problems. We don't even have proper essential workers. But of course, they go through a whole bunch of BS. They take some questions about it, and they end up passing it, which
That is the only
I
restriction the city has
anyway, I disagree with how that was handled.
on this.
So we know what the project is, but until we go.
So here is the city administrator who takes home a city car. She gets to drive home a city car that we pay for every day, even though she lives right next door in South Holland. Why anybody working these city jobs, unless you're like public safety, if it's public safety related, why they would need a car that we pay for, especially when they're always claiming that we're broke. She's making 6 figures. And the city of Harvey looks like trash. So, I'm thinking this lady, Korean Davis, I think she should be without a job, as the city administrator. I think she can go work in retail or whatever she used to do. Because the city looks like crap. She just thought it would not go that far. Everything seems to be done around City Hall, but City Hall could use a remodel. Well, nothing yet. Nothing. We need to open those books before any money gets spent. So that's why. Oh, hey, Blood Redeemed. Hey, Blood Redeemed. So I just said, none of this stuff should have been voted on tonight. None of this is urgent. It's all about they wanted money and land. They want to keep all the scams going that they had under Clark. And I'm saying no, absolutely not.
Go out to bid and actually have a contractor solidified, they will tell us how long the project will actually take. There's some projections, but I don't know if they're gonna cut down half the street, both sides of the street at one time. I don't know, but it's right.
Well, you know what, sweetheart? I know you don't need a job working for the city of Harvey, making 6 figures and driving a city car home. I think you can go find another job, and we can hire someone who lives in Harvey to be the city administrator. Done. Let's go to the next thing.
Public forum. So, and following, this is the same exact agenda from January 26th. The only thing that's missing, the previous agenda before this agenda just had the Broadway. So I think we should just still follow suit. I know that the residents of the second ward across Broadway, from the Polo Building, preservation of affordable housing at 178 East 155th Street, all the way back to Miss Gloria, who's been here 40 years, across the street from the security.
Okay, so you want to continue. Okay, she answered your question and see if that's sufficient. Again, the aldermen have a right to use their vote, and we can move forward on this. Are there any other new debate questions?
Are you still voting on number 2?
2-block radius.
Yeah, so okay.
Maybe we can have a debate with that debate. And we can make the residents of the second ward and I have together and on this matter, sitting approving. So we will have word on this, or we.
Oh yeah, and then it was great because they shouldn't be voting on getting money for Broadway anyway. Because again, we don't know what they've done with the money for the past 7 years. But then Shirley's like, "Oh, okay, Colby, I heard about your concerns about this, and yeah, we'll have a meeting after." No, you idiots! You don't have a meeting with the public after you vote on it. It's all done before you vote on it. Idiots. And they all voted yes. I disagree with that. But whatever.
$14,000, $707.
Okay, and then the next thing is motor fuel tax funds. Shirley says it was about $315,000 for coal patches, buying salt, alley and street repair things. Colby brought up a good point. She said, but we need specific information on the projects and the timeline. And again, all this, we haven't seen any of this on paper. We have no fucking clue what they're voting on, how much money that it really is, and where the money's going to go. No, vote no.
use that system and feel a authority to contact the city, take that to. Thank you.
And they all voted for that, which I disagreed with. Again, stop giving the city money. They have enough. Then we go on. Oh, this is a good one.
And we're resolution accepting property located commonly known as 106 and 108 West 106th Street, approving us in case this resolution accepts property known as 106 to 108 upon execution. The city authorized the city legal counsel to submit this court fees leading to the property.
Okay, so that she's reading that basically what Shirley was saying. Oh, hey, Blood Redeem. Hey, Michael says there's the chair by the door. They don't even have a contractor in place to do anything yet. Exactly. Priorities are all off because they just want their money and their land. So with this one, by the way, they list a case number that needs to be settled. Isn't it interesting? There's no name or information given as far as who the defendant is or who the plaintiff is. But then mine was number 1 on the agenda, and they listed my name out. It's almost like they were trying to embarrass me for submitting FOIA requests. But why don't we know who's involved in this case? And I even looked up the case number. And I couldn't find anything under that. So I think that was written out incorrectly on the agenda. So what case and what settlement? Settlement for what? Shirley says that the city was trying to get these 2 buildings because the owner didn't want them and didn't take care of them or something. I don't know. I haven't seen the paperwork on that, but I'll tell you what, I showed them to you guys last night and on other lives, and they're nice apartment buildings on 154th. They're newer brick apartment buildings. So why would the owner want to sell? Oh, and Shirley said, I think the value is like 300,000. So wait. So the city doesn't have money, but we're taking over this property for what? We already have what, at least 400 or 500 parcels that the city owns and doesn't take care of. Why do you want more? Idiotic. Idiots. There's obviously something shady going on there. There has to be. Why is the city taking over 2, really nice apartment buildings? Oh, and I didn't even get to mention this during my public comment, but my neighbor, I told her about the meeting tonight. She said she would try to watch on the live, but she said, I want to know about those buildings because I proposed to buy one of those. And they told me that they were owned by the city before and they wouldn't let me, but I'm still interested. Isn't that interesting? So anyway, that's shady AF. Okay. Yeah. And shocker, they ended up voting to approve it. I would not. I would not have.
Resolution, it actually authorized the city administrator to do that. Was in the previous one. If she has been confirmed by the council, she's still the interim city administrator, and she still can't power. So I believe that is legally sufficient.
And just in asking regarding the interim piece, that since we're on, how long can someone be an interim?
There isn't actually a limit under your city code or under the municipal code.
So Colby was asking how long can someone be interim mayor? I don't think I'm not clear though whether I wonder if she was meaning to ask about how long Shirley can be mayor pro tem without being voted as interim mayor, because there is a difference. I don't know if that's what Colby meant to ask though. I mean, I can't speak for her, but that's what I want to know, because this lawyer, the same lady, if you remember the last meeting, she was saying, okay, you guys didn't nobody got a majority of the votes to be an interim mayor. So, you're going to have to just keep voting. Next meeting, you're going to have to try again. And this whole damn meeting, no vote for interim mayor, no vote for interim clerk. So we have the deputy clerk here still serving as clerk after months and months of our elected clerk not being there. And we still don't know why she is not in the seat. I don't think an official resignation was announced or anything. Nothing official was ever said. They just said, oh, we needed a new clerk. Like, well, what the hell? And then Shirley just seems to be enjoying her power as mayor pro tem.
Okay. So with that being said, we're asking for, K-Third and 154th Street Metro.
Okay, yeah, and they approved that. And then the next two votes, again, very, very boring, although Colby did bring up a good point. They involve giving land for that ugly, horrible, ugly metro train station plan that Clark pushed on the community with no feedback. It involves giving Park Avenue, land on Park Avenue, to close it to build this ugly station. And again, absolutely not acceptable at all. People should have been given more, still should be given more time and ability to give feedback about this. All right, so let me see. I just wanted to show you guys so you can see it visually. Okay. So this is downtown Harvey. Okay, so we got Park. Here's the metro, our main metro station, right here. Okay. Should I put the satellite on? That might help even more. Sorry, let me. Oops, no, is it down here? Where's the satellite? Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay. So this is downtown Harvey, 154th Street. That is the main east-west street. Okay. Park Avenue is an important street that goes north and south along the train. This is the train station. This is the big bus depot for the area. The proposed plan wants to close off Park Avenue, move the bus station next to the train station. So that means if you're coming from north to south, you would have to reroute around onto Broadway, which is a street that is not meant to handle all that traffic. Okay. Now, you know what? Maybe they could make it work. I'm not saying that they couldn't. But the point being is, go to the people and ask, do you want this main thoroughfare that runs north and south from 159th Street here? See, Park Avenue goes all the way north and then eventually connects with 147. Did they even ask the residents and businesses if they wanted that street cut off, where you got to do a little detour thing? Like, ask the freaking people. Now she's trying to get her hands in the cookie jar. Exactly, Crook. Has anybody got word on when the funeral is? That's what I want to know too. Watch how they start voting now. This won't last long, right? Right. Told they're not going to be voting on this issue anymore. Metro will make it work. Yeah. Oh no, Metro's not worried because they just want their money. They just want their money for, it's like more than 70 million for this ugly ass design that Clark pushed, that I've opposed, and we have a petition against that. But anyway, I just wanted to show you that visual so you can kind of see how that works.
What this is basically.
Oh, we don't need to listen to all that explanation.
Gonna go into public comment.
Public comment.
Working together, what can we accomplish?
Miss Jerry, very usual comments in favor of, can't everybody get along? Nothing really new. No, Bill King.
I've been always worried about all the time. I'll put it this way. I'm glad you addressed that. I'm glad you addressed that.
He made a few good comments. He did say we need to reduce the water fees. Agendas should be shared online. And he said tear down that divider between the public and the city council, which I agreed with that. Then Miss Amanda comes up. He had some good comments.
So I've got a couple. My concern, the work was scheduled to start at 12 noon, and the 23 minutes before the work was, I think.
Oh, she just said that, yeah, like sometimes they, when they're doing water work, she said, that like she got like a notice like 20 minutes before or something. She's like, can you get more notice before you turn my water off?
Going to disrupt residents' day, 23-minute notice. Another alderman had pointed out is that there's a lot of interim, and there's nothing on the agenda about whether we're voting for an interim mayor, and talk about the clerk's position, and also interim city administrator, and the interim police chief.
Yes, girl. Woo! And she's got her lovely hair on today. I said, oh, I love your hair. She said, when are these interim votes happening? Certainly wasn't tonight like it was supposed to. So not only do we not have an interim mayor, we don't have an interim clerk, but as she reminded us, did you know that our city manager, Korean Davis, as well as our police chief, Cameron Biddings, they are still interim. They've been interim for years. They were never confirmed by the city council. Like, how freaking messed up is that? These people they're crazy, and they don't care because they're just there to get money and land stuff. That doesn't even make sense because you still get caught up by a train. Oh, you mean closing off Park Avenue? Well, it's not that the design can't work, but my point is like, did you know that they had alternative designs? I bet you didn't. I did, because with the Historical Society and because of my concern for, transparency and treating, our downtown correctly with good quality buildings. I asked a ton of questions, and I found the information. I did share it with people, but it's like by the time that it got voted on, most people had no freaking clue of what was going on, and they still don't understand what was voted on tonight. That they're voting to close Park Avenue between 153rd and 154th. You're going to have to loop around and use Broadway and go around. There are alternative designs. The city doesn't have to do that. They don't have to close Park Avenue at all. Did you know that? I bet you most people didn't. That's what pisses me off. They purposely hide stuff like that from you, and that's not okay. They have the money to make it work. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, that's why they wanted to do the project, because they don't care about Harvey either. They just want that. Metro wants the money for its contractors. They want to use that money because they all get paid, and that's how those board members and everything, that's how it all works. It's all about money and making money off the public, which is what I disagree with, of course.
So those are several very key important positions to this administration, to having an interim position with the city council, but I do believe that the sense of urgency needs to happen like yesterday. So those people can be locked in and do their job properly.
Yes, girl. Yes. So she's like yesterday. And then she also said, make sure to share committee meetings in advance, which I agree with too. Okay, next is me. And watch how rude Shirley gets with me.
I just wanted. Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to address a few things. I know several other people mentioned the lack of voting for the interim mayor and interim clerk. Unless I was mistaken, I thought the lawyer for the city said during the last meeting that vote should take place right away at the next meeting, and that someone needs to have 4 votes. So, maybe I didn't understand that exactly, but even if that was not the case, I mean, I think, and I hope most residents would agree, I think we want an interim mayor and not a mayor pro tem. My understanding is that's supposed to be an emergency, the mayor's sick or something. The mayor's no longer with us. So we need to follow proper procedures, and I echo the last speaker, that needs to be done now. And the fact that you would put a whole agenda, did you know this agenda was not even changed from before Mayor Clark's passing? They just slapped a different date on it. So last week, when we were asking about, well, what in the hell is going on, and how did we just lose a mayor, and we didn't even know where he was for a few months, and everyone was saying, oh, well, that's inconsiderate to ask questions. Now this week, they want to pretend that he's still here. Is this okay, Harvey? Are you okay with this? Because I hope you're not being spectators out there. Those people work for you.
That's right. Tell them. But wait, hold on 1 second. I just got to throw this away. Because watch how Shirley tries to quiet me down.
They work for you. Don't you come here and watch them. You tell them what. This is my public comment, Mayor.
She's so rude.
Pro tem. I'm reclaiming my time for being interrupted.
But you could have your time.
Mayor Pro tem. I'm reclaiming my time. Please stop interrupting me.
I think you were.
I'll wait.
You're reclaiming your time. I have no problem with that. But I want to ask you, this does not get excited.
So freaking rude.
Hear you.
This is my public comment and it's my free speech. Stop trying to tell me what I can and cannot say.
Yeah.
The gall you have, the absolute gall. By the way, the 2 Family Dollar stores, Ms. Drewinski, are still closed. Why? Who's in charge? Because you're not the interim mayor, you're the mayor pro tem. And Colby.
Tell him, because she's not the interim mayor. Did you notice that? She didn't schedule a vote because apparently she's got this power trip now. She sure thinks she is. Get the F out of here. Liability and they're under investigation from Dalton. Oh, I'm sorry, Kirk. What was that from federal indictment? What was that about? Exactly. And I don't even know what that was referring to, Blood Redeem, but you're agreeing. To something I said. Yes. All right, let me tell her.
That. Several people have said that. We all know it. Who's closing our Family Dollar stores? You know, people rely on those things for basic necessities. They're still closed. You're in charge now, and Alderman, you put her in charge. Ms. Smith, the one who wants to talk a whole bunch of crap about me online. Why are those both Family Dollar stores closed? I'm so glad you think that's funny. So if you're in the third ward, look, she thinks it's funny that you can't have access to basic goods. I hope you all see that.
Yeah, you see that? She was a little clown. She's a big clown face, Miss Delaney Smith. I didn't get it because I wasn't, manning my camera. I couldn't turn the camera. But Delaney was sitting there laughing at the fact that the Family Dollar stores. Yes, Dollar General reopened, Dollar Tree reopened, but the two Family Dollars are still closed. Well, if the mayor is dead and gone, well, who's doing it? Because you know what, Shirley, you got the car, you got the drive, you took the patrol officers off our freaking streets to drive your ass around to what? Go to bingo? To go to Jewel in South Holland to get your groceries? Like, what do you need a driver for? What do you need two security guards for? I could see maybe Clark because he really, really screwed over so many people. Okay, I could get that. I could understand that. Not that I agreed, but I could understand because when you screw over so many people, especially like he did with those club owners, he made a lot of very powerful enemies. Okay, but surely, like, why do you need all that? And so you got the power, but then you still want to close the stores for the people? Use your power for something good. Want to be mayor? Exactly. Yeah. It's like, fine. All right, then be voted into a mayor. But just like do the vote. Why are you delaying it? She's a cornball. Yeah. Chief of Police. Why haven't they been made official? Yeah. He's still interim too, by the way. Years later.
The other thing I was going to say is this whole agenda was bogus. What you need to do is open the books. Audit these employees, get rid of all the people like Ms. Davis and Mr. Mona Simpson who take city cars home. Why does she even take a city car home to drive home to South Holland? Do you have an answer for that, Mr. Winsky? I thought we were in a financial crisis. Are we, yes or no? Audit those employees, eliminate the waste, rehire our essential workers. You have 4 firefighters per shift on duty. Are you okay with that? And you're just gonna watch and see what they want to do? I'm not okay with that. I don't feel safe. And I talk to our firefighters and they don't either. But you know what? They're not gonna come up here and say that because they're scared. They're scared that if they tell the truth, you're gonna fire them like you already did the one who did speak up. So shame on you. You shouldn't have voted on any of this crap. And you lied about all my FOIA stuff. It took Harvey a year, only after the suit was fired, to release that information. And that included land, information about what they're doing with property in Harvey. Liars, all of you.
Tell them.
No.
And then I want the police right now. I'm an order.
So then what you didn't hear, oh, I'm sorry. Hold on to happy hour. That was the answer to your question. What did I mean by that? Oh, something related to Dalton stuff. Oh, okay. So what you didn't see on camera is when I went back, when I walked back from my seat, or go back to my seat, Miss Alicia, what's her last name again? Alicia Nicole was there, and she said something to me like, "Oh, you were so rude" or something. Well, she is an associate of Jedediah Brown. I have a no contact order against him. That includes third parties. That means you cannot send someone else after me. So she can be in the public meeting, that's fine, but she cannot approach me. She cannot be too close to me, and she cannot be addressing me at all. Now, that's of course her choice to be associated with Mr. Brown, but So she definitely did. So that's why immediately I was like, oh no, this, no, this, we got to call this.
Protection against this lady. I have an order of protection against this lady who's affiliated with Benediah Brown, and she has addressed me. She is not supposed to address me. That includes third-party harassment. So I would like to request a police officer to please intervene. This is a formal complaint.
How about that?
This is a formal
Who is the
complaint.
next public comment?
Thank you. Thank you. Please
Thank
thank
you.
Thank you.
Point of order. Point of order, Mayor Pro Tem. The third for Alderman is saying you're the accused of raging.
Good. And then I'm glad because when I did that, I have to listen to this too because I didn't hear it when I was there. But then Colby apparently she was talking about Selene because Selene's always talking, you know what, about people. Crook, I said the police chief to why they're not official because they still tie up with all the mess that happened in Dalton. Oh, okay. Well, it's true. The guy that is our police chief now, Biddings, he wasn't chief right away when he came to Harvey, but he came from Dalton. So
He sure is. Yeah, so I have an order of protection. She is with Benediah Brown. I have an order of protection, and she is speaking to me as I'm coming back from my public event. She is not supposed to be speaking to me. No, you don't ask me to leave. She violated the order.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know, it's kind of hard to hear because of, you know, multiple people are talking at once. But so Officer Griffin, or it was the Griffin or the other guy, but says like, oh, you need to leave. I'm like, what? Hell no. You people, you need to get GTFO, okay? I'll try to keep this clean, but like, no, that is why I have an no contact order. If anything, you put her out.
Back as I am trying to be the top at legislation and representing.
Right, she doesn't have to leave, but she can't talk to me.
In a good, proficient way. So yelling out things that this is a part of my.
Oh, Crook says, go to the chats every other few sentences because then you just get lost in the conversation. Then the chat doesn't make sense. Right. No, I know. Yeah, there's so much going on, well, especially now in the video, but yeah, I'll try to keep up.
I am the only second ward alderwoman. So with that in mind, I can't speak for the masses of anyone. And so it's very troubling that what she's saying is very piercing. Perhaps somebody in the crowd can't hear what's being stated based on the meaningless rhetoric here. Thank you.
Is taken. Thank you. And as I talked to you yesterday, as we had our dialogue, we talked yesterday.
And you can see Telane's so rude. She's like waving her hand like, ooh, she is so, I don't blame Colby. She's turning away because, you know, Telani tries to start stuff and it's just, it's rude, it's unprofessional.
And the dialogue, did not in the past, but I am asking that everyone here in this city council, while you are in this council, that we respect one another and do not direct any comments towards each other. Did I not? Thank you. I just want to make sure that has already been addressed. What people do and elected officials do outside of this.
Oh, and I'm sorry, guys. I hate when, I guess it's just the T-Mobile signal. Every once in a while, it gets fuzzy like this.
Council is not up to the mayor or not. It is up to you as residents. Same thing as far as any other alderman, how they conduct themselves. You as voters will have a choice, as you always did every 4 years during the election process. So do not let anyone take that away from you. Your voice is heard. So when we are in this council meeting, I am asking everyone, please be respectful to one another. I understand there is some frustration. Yes, I echo those sentiments. And some of the comments,
do you, Shirley?
We do not encourage dialogue going back and forth. And I'm sorry, Mrs. McBride, I will be with you in a moment. But I just want to seek clarification. I have not had the opportunity to speak as the mayor, but those concerns will be addressed, and those concerns are my concerns as well.
Really?
So I think we have more in common than we have not in common. And the one in common is we are residents. You are my neighbor and I am yours. This is not personal. So thank you. And yes, what happens in this council meeting is my responsibility. And I'm just asking.
Okay.
I will
Hey,
treat
Shirley.
you with respect. Please treat everyone else.
Yeah, whatever.
Be respectful and screen. I'm glad you stand up for you.
In the village, I mean, the communities around Harvey have had a lot of extra duties here in Harvey. When there are real fires where there is engulfing flames in a building or a house, there are communities such as Dalton.
Right. Delaney's so childish. What's her educational background? Supposedly, she works for DCFS. I mean, isn't that crazy? And she's the one that falsely, accused me, tried to say I was abusing children. Like, that's just nuts. Like, she should lose her job. She's gotten petty. Why is she not chill meeting at the town? Yeah. Look at her pulling on her hair. I know her ass is in the spectrum. She can't sit still. Oh, that could be too. That could be. Oh, so here's Miss Beth. Hey, Miss Beth.
Markham or Posen, even Tinley Park has even been here. We've seen them in person. So these firefighters are doing extra duty for Harvey because they are real servants. They really are concerned that fires get put out.
Yeah, and Beth, I'm not going to play the whole thing, but she did a great. That was her main comment. She said basically, firefighters are there to serve, and they're not going to complain, but because the city doesn't have proper staffing, all these other fire departments are covering for Harvey nonstop, and we always have, sketchy, mysterious fires. I say mysterious because to me it seems like there's got to be some pattern or some possible arson that could be investigated or something. But isn't it interesting that nothing ever gets really done about it, So I don't know who's setting all these fires, but we can't rely on all these other towns. They may not be complaining, but it doesn't make it right. We need to get our house in order, and they need to be open in the books. Pick an interim mayor and a clerk, open the books, get rid of the wasteful employees, and then hire our essential workers back. It's so simple.
147th Street. He was walking to the store.
Oh, and then, okay. We don't have to take much time about it. Yeah. She's gone petty. Wow, that happens when you become friends with someone like Tyrone Rogers, right? She was going to say what happens in this council meeting stays in this council meeting. If it was the firefighters or police, I would not want to come back because this could happen again. Right, exactly. And that's another point, Michael, is that we've already put them through hell over the years. Definitely all throughout the Kellogg administration. And I don't remember exactly what happened under Graves, but I mean, I'm sure it wasn't a cakewalk under Graves either. Even though he was formerly chief of police in Harvey. But the point is that the longer we make this crisis last, the less likely we're going to be able to get our really good veteran workers back. And we may have difficulty finding anyone at all. And then if let's say we don't get any of the veterans back, and then we have to hire young guys and girls and train them. And so they have less experience. It's going to take them more time to learn. That's not good for the freaking city. Yeah, it's not the first time this happened. Right, exactly. So, I just love how Shirley and Delaney's more concerned about trying to put down people on Facebook. Shirley's more worried about getting her SUV and her 2 policemen off the street to drive her around to bingo and the store and to get her hair done, than actually having proper firefighters and police staff. Like, WTF. Tyrone is totally forgettable. He talks during his comments about 2 people being killed One was killed by a pole and one died of cancer. Yeah, we still don't know anything about Mayor Clark's mysterious death. So Tyrone told us more about 2 random people that we have no idea who they were, about exactly how they died. And like I said, now they're just pretending like the mayor didn't even just suddenly and mysteriously die about a week ago. Woo! These people are freaking messed up.
And then I don't equipment.
And then Tracy says some comments.
The name turns from the bottom, not here. Started from the bottom, not a whole city here. I hope y'all can understand what I'm saying. We really need to get together. We owe our residents so much for everything that they're doing.
Yeah, and I agree with that. Now, then he did this cutesy thing where he was like, "Oh, and Shirley is going to be the coach of the team, and I want everybody to come together." And then
I finished showing up. Coach, you call from here.
And people clap. It was cute, but I mean, I guess it was a little stress relief, comic relief. But like at the end of the day, are they really doing better? Okay. So anyway, moving on.
But you still have the love behind that correction.
Okay, Dominique talks. Totally forgettable. He really doesn't say anything interesting.
Make that make sense.
Oh, poor Delaney. When she talks, she's just angry.
Some things that probably shouldn't be apparent, like frivolous lawsuits on posting for 4 years over and over again.
Talking about me again, of course. Yeah.
After you've been collecting for 3 years, you would think you would have enough information to find out all what you're put up. Maybe some people don't know how government works. Now, I've said in these meetings, and I've observed, pay sign, come in and have contact with all present and head nods as to say, I'm backing you, with full knowledge that Hey Sign has cost the city millions in legal fees.
I'm sorry, guys. I gotta remember to catch up with the comments. Who will want to come work for a city that doesn't appear to be stable? Exactly. It's like that's why we have to push them. These people are not going to do the right thing. And even if 1 or 2 try, like Colby and Tracy, that's not a majority. We have to push these people to do the right thing. They will not do the right thing unless we make them. This is why I'm telling people, please don't be a spectator. Get involved. Bug the crap out of your alderman. Show up to meetings. If you're not comfortable in Harvey, then neither should your alderman be comfortable. Make them uncomfortable until they do right by the people. I love the way the room is totally divided. Left side sitting on their hands and the side 6 are showing off. I don't know how his rug-wearing alleged rapist was even elected. I know. They clapped because it was finally over. Yes. Forgettable. Yes. Hey, no apologies. Hey, Diana. Yeah, some of the stuff it's just forgettable, and I'm just like, forget it.
Then turn around and falsely accuse the city of extorting businesses. How do you extort from anyone who owes you millions? Make that make sense. Apparently, one of the followers feels it's okay for businesses not to pay taxes or operate without a business license. This same follower has held Hey Sign hand to file a police report showing him how to play victim while robbing our city. It's a shame you guys continue to let this follower play in your face and allow them to be your voice. The funeral home alleges they are struggling to pay their taxes because of COVID, which that took place the year that they decided not to pay. Now, we all know the people that were in the funeral, and profits were made. The funeral homes made more of a profit than anyone else, okay? And
Is she, again, should we spend any more time on her? She's such a waste. She's going after Holt Funeral Home. That lady, I really don't think they did anything wrong, but okay, Selene. Oh, and then Mayor Clark's mom over here, she's clapping for her. Okay, whatever.
Time to honor resilience, leadership, and community voice, and a reminder that progress is built through accountability, integrity, and collective responsibility. Those values should guide how we govern today. I also want to extend my sincere condolences to the entire Harris family and to True Holiness Church of God in Christ on behalf of Mother Carlita Harris. Our prayers are with the family and church community. Tonight, I want residents to know something important for the first time in a long time. This council voted unanimously across the board.
Yeah, but I don't really think that that's. They should have been voting no to all this stuff tonight. They literally came, put on a show, voted on. They didn't vote for the mayor or the clerk. They didn't vote on anything that they should have, and they voted on things that they shouldn't have. So it's an epic fail tonight. They failed.
That matters. It shows when clarity is provided and processes are respected, we can come together as one body and move the city forward. We're currently in a transition period. The city is operating without a formally appointed acting mayor and acting clerk, and there's also, or will be, an aldermanic vacancy. While council can continue to meet and vote, these leadership gaps affect how city actions are executed, certified, and enforced. The position of the acting mayor is critical. That one role restores executive authority and allows for the nomination of an acting clerk and the filling of an aldermanic vacancy, either through nomination or by organizing a special advisory committee. These steps help ensure city government can function fully, transparently, and with proper oversight. I want to reiterate, there's three positions here. One position that ignites that. Understood thus far? Some actions taken during the transition period may later require ratification to ensure procedural correctness. Ratification simply means council formally reaffirms actions already taken, so there's no question about the validity and authority. It is a safeguard that protects the city and taxpayers' dollars.
Oh, okay, wait, hold on. Let me catch up here. Who's talking? Oh, that was Colby. She missed the kumbaya. She needs to go. Oh, I'm sorry, and I missed it again. You were talking about probably Delaney, maybe. Yeah, his mother was over there holding her chair. She was about to pay, like she was about to pass out when you were talking. It was a whole motion over there when he was talking with her. Really? Okay, I didn't see that. Yeah, I wish I could have seen that correction. His mother was very upset while you were talking. Interesting. Yeah, and I didn't understand why she was still up front. And again, we haven't really heard anything more about his mysterious and sudden death. We haven't even heard about a funeral. And they literally just took the agenda, the last agenda before they announced his death, that meeting that they canceled. And they're just like pretending nothing happened this week. It was really weird. Hey, Kirk, I tried to remove that comment, but it didn't work the first comment. Which one, D? I'll remove it for you. Oh, when she was holding her chair, because she was like acting like she was upset. Oh, but that's okay. But I get the gist of what you're saying.
I support infrastructure improvements, transit-oriented development, and responsible growth. These investments are necessary to position Harvey for future opportunity. I just want it to be done correctly. Progress must be paired with structure, transparency, and respect for residents. My goals remain simple: protect the city, protect taxpayers' dollars, and have respect for all residents. Privacy should never precede the public. In closing, last night, I know you all saw the Super Bowl, and Bad Bunny gave a stellar performance, but one of the most notable things that went across the backfield of all the people, various shades, ethnicities, colors, creeds, religion, all demographics, stood at the table, and they all agreed that the only thing more powerful than hate is love. Thank you, City.
Yeah, and that was an excellent message last night. I was very moved by Bad Bunny's performance, for sure. I agree.
The city clerk, it's a part-time position.
Okay, and then Shirley just takes too long, so I'm going to summarize. So she says, if you are interested in the part-time clerk position, give your resume to Ramona by this Friday. You can call City Hall for more information. They're taking applications, and then something like the aldermen are going to sit on a board to select the interim clerk. I didn't understand exactly, but basically, if you are interested in the city clerk position, please send your resume to Ramona by Friday. I'm sorry, I didn't write back in the chat. Oh, you're fine. She says then on February 23rd, the next meeting, a new clerk will be sworn in. Her excuse for why there was no vote on an interim mayor tonight was because they couldn't find, or they need to find, a larger venue. Shirley, you brag you are a lifetime resident of Harvey. Have you not heard of Thornton Township High School? That auditorium was built when my mother went there. It debuted in 1965. Have you? So I think you kind of know about that, Cheryl. You know what I mean, Mr. Rinsky? So another lame ass excuse for not doing their jobs. They could have had this meeting there tonight if they were concerned about space, and we would have had at least our interim mayor and clerk voted on. Even though I don't necessarily think that means they're going to do the right thing, but at least, you know what I mean, they would have gotten that out of the way. So I mean, there's lots of churches. There's District 152, 147, 151. They all have schools that have space. I don't think it's hard, Ms. Derwinski, Miss Lifetime Harvey resident. Wait, are they going to spend $6 million to redo 2 streets? You know, man, I don't even know. And that's why they should have voted no. Every alderman should have voted no to all this crap tonight. Because why? Why should Harvey get more money when it's 7 years of wasted money? We don't know where it's been going. And then she complained, well, you know, Crown Point's in debt too. That has no effing thing to do with Harvey. We want our workers back, she says. You do? I think you're more concerned about getting driven around in your luxury SUV that we pay for, along with 2 cops that should be patrolling the streets. She said, oh, there's going to be water main breaks. Again, okay. And then she said that she wants the alderman to come see a crime center. I guess I'm assuming that's the old bank on 154th, but just a lot of stupid excuses for not doing their job. So all sounded very lame and weak. And I know a few people were like, oh, give her time. No, she doesn't need time. She has been in government for many, many years. She knows how everything works. She supported everything Clark did. Do not be nice to Shirley. Do not be nice to her and give her time. She doesn't need time. She knows how all this works, okay? So she doesn't need any time. Yeah, I think that was it. Did I forget anything? People that were there? I think that was all the major stuff. Oh, and then I just said a few times, I wanted to shout it even louder, but you know, to just open the books. Open the books. That's all you need to do. Open the books. That's the most important thing. And then before we leave, we get to see
the mayor next meeting, that meeting.
Okay.
When they're into versus.
Would you like to give a comment about your lawsuit?
Like you can see, Miss Alicia Nicole harasses me again. You should not have any contact with me.
Actually, I can.
No.
And yes, I can actually. So as a journalist, I'm sorry. I'm asking you, do you have a comment about?
And you know that all in the queue is like not having a conversation with Alicia Nicole, but she's just like, excuse me. Alicia Nicole is not gonna mess with all the cues. She's like, oh, I'm sorry.
Your lawsuit?
Would you like to keep violating the order?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm documenting that.
that's fine. Go right ahead.
Thank you for mentioning that. I appreciate it.
Yes, you love him. Always 3 or 10 minutes behind on some stream time because I pause on making my rounds Prozac. You're making your rounds, giving your patients Prozac? What? What are you doing? Oh. But anyway, yeah, let's see.
The judge did say you were very disrespectful. Remember?
Well, this woman affiliated with Jedediah Brown is literally coming in my face. And I'm recording her and I'm like, you know, this is third-party harassment, right? This violates my order, right? Oh, I have a right to do this.
In this case, you talked about how disrespectful
You want to keep violating the order?
Yes, I want to. Yeah, I do. It's recorded.
We got all, you guys are all witnesses.
Yeah, these are his witnesses. He violated the order that doesn't exist. But anyway, would you like to answer the question, or can I ask you how you feel about your lawsuit? Ryan, your lawsuit, you were successful in getting it. How do you feel, Ryan? How do you feel about your lawsuit? How you doing, Miss Lady? I am doing well. Thank you. Nice to see you. Yes. You know, do you have a comment about your lawsuit that you just won, but you didn't get any money? Only the lawyer got paid. And the residents have to pay. You didn't get any money, and you also still got the documents. They were a little late, but you actually filed a lawsuit. You got the documents, and you still filed a lawsuit against the city. Do you have anything to say, Brian? You don't get a dime, but your lawyer gets $5,500. You don't get a dime, but your lawyer gets $5,500. Do you have a comment? You can come respectfully. I'm coming as a journalist. I want to know if he has a comment about the lawsuit you just won.
Third-party harassment. I have my witnesses right here.
I guess I'm 8.
Bye.
Remember the black woman, you guys?
This is documented third-party harassment against my order.
A police report on an 80-year-old woman claiming to say.
So Alicia Nicole is an associate of Jedediah Brown, just so you can all see this.
And I wanted to take this.
So we're not going to take any more time with it, but I do want to document that. Hey, Melville. Good job. Tracy, see you guys. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing. Thank you. Hey.
Yeah. Oh, Diana, you didn't see that before? Yeah. Oh no, she just goes on and on and on. I have no interest in dealing with Miss Nicole, but she is obviously, like I said, she's connected to Jed that I have this order against, and she just doesn't give up. Exactly. It is the very definition of harassment.
Doesn't have a comment.
Mentioning that.
This is a private conversation. Why are you taping me?
Walk outside. It's a public building. You know the rules, girl. No, you know the rules, Amanda. Okay.
So I need a police report taken. For the violation, Officer Kirkwood. This is third party.
Officer Kirkwood. So I requested a police report taken, and he refused. So we have that on camera.
Harassment from an order that I have.
Only a lawyer gets called. So as a journalist.
We'll talk. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Beth, good job. Hey. Oh, I feel like I know. You've been working? Miss Beth, say hi.
Hello.
You know they love saying hi to you. Oh, yes. Thank you, Beth, for bringing up the firefighters. I appreciate it.
Yes, Beth did an excellent job.
I know they're chasing us out per usual. They're chasing us out. They want us to leave. To leave. Hey, yeah, we gotta keep at it. We'll get it one of these days. Okay.
Do you have a comment, Ryan? You want to make a comment about the lawsuit?
Just when you thought she had stopped harassing, here she comes again.
I was wondering if you wanted to make a comment about the law.
The chief told Beth, "Thank you for speaking up," and he gave her a big hug. Oh, okay. Oh, no, I think I know who you're talking about. Was he the really tall guy? He's not the chief, but he's that's Mr. Yeah, because he thanked me too, Mr. I don't know how I cut my lip. Mr. oh gosh, Henry, I want to say his first name. I'm blanking on his name. But yes, yeah. And I meant every word that I said, by the way. The main reason you're not hearing from firefighters, because I do want to hear from them and I want them to have more of a public presence and get to know the community. But the main reason is because they're afraid of retaliation and just losing their jobs altogether. Because if you weren't aware, the city already fired I think it was Keith, one of the officers that was speaking up, and he wasn't saying anything political. He was just explaining the danger of the situation of not having proper staffing. And the city fired him anyway. Like, how freaking rude is that? But yeah. Thirsty for content. I guess so. I guess you want to violate the law for some content.
I mean, they ruled in his favor, but he doesn't get it.
Now, notice though, Mr. Keith, he ain't saying anything either.
No, you know he does it.
Thanks for coming. Hey, Bonnie, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. How are things going for 147? Okay.
Working on
Yes.
some museum.
Okay, good. You can give me.
Oh, that was Miss Bonnie Melton. I was saying I wanted an update on 147.
Update sometime. Oh, these are the comments for Mayor Clark. People can fill out.
So you gonna walk past me? They ain't gonna speak?
Here's the call, right?
I haven't seen you in a while. How you been? You back?
I'm
There he is. That's the deputy fire chief.
Thank you. Oh, okay. I didn't know if the union. Oh my God, what happened to you? Oh, are you okay?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was I didn't even know that she had an accident or something. That's the Park District Commissioner, Lakeisha.
I was like, wait, I just saw you. You weren't crutches. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. So, hi. Hello. Well, yeah.
Michael says, it was just like me at the block captains meeting. They don't want us to share information or you'll be kicked out. Right. Trying to stifle the people, tell you what to say. You saw how rude Shirley was when I was at the podium. Like, telling me, well, you don't have to raise your voice or you don't have to, like, excuse me. I'm not like swearing at people, you know. Even if you did, actually, that's still protected free speech, you know. But whatever. I was just passionate. Wasn't saying anything inappropriate. Phony because she was busting Fat Boy down and now they're the best of friends. Oh. Oh yes, Keith Price. I know, man. Doesn't make any sense to me, man. What's the point of having a block club captain? I know. And you know what? I really like the block club program. I would love to do that in the second ward as alderman. I'd love to get more involvements like that. But yeah, when I see, and you know, for a time with the city, when I first was doing it, we were doing some good things. Melville was one as well. He was involved. So we had a whole crew that I think is not even there anymore. Michael, I think it's all people that, you know, like the meetings you're going to, I think those are new people. So like 2 or 3 years ago, we had a crew and I think we were doing some good things, but they just totally kind of neglected it. And it fell off.
Yeah, I hope you feel better. Hope you heal quickly. Miss Alicia's still there. You know, that's all right. And I said it several times on camera. I said, like,
okay, she was still following me around.
The jet, but that's her choice, not mine. A good one. Got out okay. So yeah.
So Beth, I hope you got out okay, Beth.
I still don't want to hang around too long.
And that's
with
about it.
someone,
And then,
you know,
and then the last part, as I just showed that
is what I
parking
can.
lot.
Much that kind of lot, in my opinion, you could always use it. And so for some reason now,
You know, this big lot that recently, not that long before Clark kind of disappeared, or after, I think October 27th, they posted that only employees can park there. And I'm always like, what employees? You laid off almost half of them. Like, let residents use our lot. So it's nuts. So I had to park on the street. But yeah, that's about it. Then I think I ran into Miss Amanda briefly, right? Did I?
oh, but yeah, unfortunately that that particular person, you know, that's a third party harassment. And that person's parked at home. And he was starting.
I was like, that person says it is, but
And Amanda. Hold on.
So no, I'm impressed, especially as an artist, that he's using his
I did put her on camera.
like done, you know. We got to get confirmed. We need a confirmed police chief. We need a confirmed city administrator.
Call him,
we need a
Amanda.
confirmed city clerk. We need a confirmed mayor, so we can continue on with the business of the city.
Good for you for bringing that up. Yeah. I always forget about that. You know, that Korean and the police chief, they've all been interim for years.
And
they have never been confirmed.
And it, to me, like, that's not right. Like, why do you confirm them? You know, like that didn't make sense to me.
Right. That's why I think
to me, I feel like if you interim, you could be fired at any time. I wouldn't put myself in that position.
Right.
As an individual person, I would have to go to the,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
And Michael says, all we were is mailman with wrong information to give to people, and most of the people are seniors. Right. Yeah. Yep. That's how a lot of these politicians maintain their power, because seniors do tend to vote the most. And so, yeah, that's basically what I felt like. But when I was in it, but I don't know. I felt like we were kind of getting some stuff done. Whatever. I did block captain before Clark ever brought it up. Okay. I just did it myself because I thought it would be a good thing. Because I'm like, I'm not having my block look and feel like trash. We're going to have a nice block, you know, and that's what we need. We need more people to just do it. Guess what? You're never going to know everything. You're never going to feel ready. You're never going to feel prepared. You're never going to feel like you're enough. Learn as you go. Be humble. Ask questions. Laugh. Have fun. Do it anyway. If you want a better block, do it anyway. And talk to me. Talk to other people. You're not alone.
Off the elected office and say, are you guys going to confirm me or not? Because I can move on.
Right.
Because, like, to me, that puts you in a really bad spot.
And also that it's another reason why I get mad, because it's disrespectful to the voters. Because again, you didn't give our reps a chance to vote. Because what if they want to be on the record to say, no, I'm not voting to confirm that person?
Yeah.
You know, so and it was just another point, but.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I'm like, and I just feel like don't keep dragging it out. Like, we got to get stuff done.
Yeah, I don't understand
We're in
the
a
delay.
financially distressed.
Yes.
What does that mean for the state? What does the state act? You know, what is the state expectations of us?
Tell them, girl. Right. And why is it so hard to? It doesn't cost anything to open the books. So I'm until they do that, and until I'm satisfied that they've shown us everything, I'm going to be suspicious. Because why? Like you notice it's the same thing. They're talking about everything, but showing you where the money is. Why do you want more money?
And the 2022 audit was basically word salad, saying that they couldn't really perform a clean audit,
right?
Because they did not have they didn't get all of the financial information that they requested from the comptroller.
I feel like that was a waste of our money.
That's personally. A waste. That was $100,000 wasted, and we're 4 years behind. So then we have, if we continue with Conspiric Accounting Services, then it's 23, 24, 25. That's $300,000 because it's $100,000 each audit.
And let's assume that each audit then is going to be equally worthless. So. Yes. Like they just throw money away. They throw money away. Yes. But then they.
Yeah. So great job, Amanda. All right, guys. Thanks for joining. That was it. Unless anybody had any other comments or concerns, or eventually I do want to have Jonathan on the show. Ramirez, who's running for first ward alderman. I called him and invited him because as far as I noticed, I think he was the only Latino there tonight. We've got to get our Latinos more involved. What the heck is that? Oh. Like a piece of melted chocolate or something? How did that get on me? Gross. Whatever. But yeah, you know, especially after that, it was a really inspirational I don't know if anybody watched the Bad Bunny performance yesterday, but you know, not perfect. There's still, you know, one concert's not going to fix all the problems, you know what I mean? But it was inspirational. So I'm hoping that that will inspire everyone to get more involved in their community, but especially our Latinos, our Spanish speakers. So anybody else have anything? If not, say good nights to Uba. He's chilling. He's chilling with daddy. And give me 1 second. I'll give you guys a second if you had any last minute questions, concerns, comments, whatever, because I gotta get this chocolate off of me. I don't know where it came from. Okay, yay, I am all chocolate free. Okay, that's it. You guys are quiet. All right, everybody, have a great night. I'm going to jump onto my TikTok live now. So if you want to say hey there, feel free. Otherwise, I'll see you all tomorrow. Au revoir.